Week 12, Game 2. SFL action continues this evening as the Carolina Skyhawks play host to the Motor City V8s. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs. Alongside me in the booth is the illustrious Gerald Smith. With us keeping track of stats tonight, Ike McBride and Tristan Hatley. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Gerald, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing good, despite the fact that the league says, you know what, Gerald, you lost to Carolina, you get to fly out to Carolina and actually call one of their games.
That's right. That's right. The league giveth, the league taketh away. And,
more giveth, I think.
Well, yeah.
I'll go that route.
Yeah, there you go.
Positive.
Look at you being a happy guy tonight. Hey, we got a game tonight where we've got a lot on the line for Carolina. You know, wearing their bright red jerseys and helmets tonight. You know, they're right in the thick of it in their division, and you know, they've got a bye week next week, but then they take on the undefeated Florida Storm in Florida. A lot could change in the East depending on what happens here tonight.
Yeah, and you know, like you said, Carolina's got a lot more on the line tonight for them. You know, even last week, right? You know, going down Louisiana, it's a playoff game for them. Same thing here. I do think that, hey, it's a win or go home situation. The next, you know, the past 3 weeks, starting with last week, this week, and then playing Florida tomorrow. They have to win here to increase their playoff chances.
How's it going to turn out? As Matt Wilson would say, there is only one way to find out, and that's on the field. Kickoff has been returned up to the 30-yard line. That is where Matt South will lead the offense out onto the field. Last week against your Revs, Gerald, 16 of 23, 343 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, only 1 interception, a high-octane performance by Matt South.
Yeah, they kind of ripped apart the defense. I'm not gonna lie, like we couldn't really stop. We was focusing on Ike McBride, kind of slowed her down early on in the game, but Matt South did what he's been doing the last few games.
Well, we're going to get to see an early look at him as the Skyhawks are 5 wide. Quick pass. That one is batted down. Great defensive play by the V8s. Motor City coming into the week at 2-8 on the season. Carolina at 5-5. The Carolina offense, quarterback Matt South, the halfbacks Harish Prasad and Ike McBride. Hattori Hanzo is the fullback. Chase Earl, Riley Quintero, Chris Curtis, and Christian Bachagalupi are the wide receivers. Vince DeSantis at tight end. 2nd and 10, they're back out at 5 wide. South to throw. Short pass this time is caught over the middle for a gain of 1. Will set the Skyhawks up with a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, third down for them last week, especially 3rd and long. They found a way. They got the protection they needed last week against Louisiana. And let's see if, you know, here it is, 3rd down, another 3rd and long coming, you know, their first 3rd and long of this game. Let's see if they're going to have similar success that they had last week.
Trips down to the bottom, single receiver up top. South decides to run with it, and he's ripped down, sacked on the play for a loss of 4 yards. And that is how the first drive will come to a close. The safety blitz got him.
Yeah, Kaufman coming right down the safety blitz, being able to get in there and, you know, shut down Matt South's scramble attempt right there. Because had he got past him, he would have had a lot of room right there. Everybody was in main coverage, so they had a lot of room. Maybe would have even picked up the first down, but they go 3 and out on their first possession.
Malone Brown on to punt for the Skyhawks. Their opening drive goes for -3. Here at David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium in Raleigh, North Carolina, the site of tonight's game. And the Motor City V8s will have their first offensive possession. King Jackson, the rookie quarterback, last week in their loss to the almighty Canton Classics, went 13 of 28, had 150 yards, was not able to find the end zone. But then again, most teams have not been able to find the end zone against that defense, through 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and he also got hit quite often by taking 3 sacks, not to mention the numerous, you know, hurries and pressures put on him.
On first down, they will go with the ground game that was handed off to Christopher Dean, the fullback, for no gain. The starting offense for the V8s, King Jackson's the quarterback. Torneo Rivera and BB Balitz are the halfbacks. Christopher Dean's the fullback. Johan Sutherland, Harana Queen Jackson, and Shane Kaufman, along with Guy Clausen, are the wide receivers. Pressure on its way, and he is sacked. Sacks from both defenses on their opening drives. That one, Levant Irvine.
Yeah, Levant Irvine coming around the corner to get his team-leading 5th sack of the season. And that's similar pressure like late on in the game last week, right, that they were able to apply to the quarterback and force some turnovers. And here it is, they got Motor City in a 3rd and long situation. And they had 3 interceptions last week in Carolina. So, they've been ball hawking the last few weeks.
Play action. Jackson rolls out to the left. Pressure on his way. Hit again. Irvine got home. Strikes Jackson. Forces an incompletion. And so far, total production from both of these offenses is -5. Or excuse me, -8.
I was about to say -8. The math ain't math.
I counted on one hand. I forgot to switch to hand number 2. So -8 combined. So
counting's hard.
It is. Hey, they were trying to block that punt too. Couldn't quite get home, but came close. Finishing up the Motor City offense, they also have Azami Mihata, Julian Gusters, and Phil Koss at tight end, but we're back on the field with Carolina. Matt South not able to get much going on drive number 1. We'll see what he does on drive number 2.
Bachakalupe out there looking like a linebacker. Got the big, shoulder roll, neck roll, bulge. What do you call that?
I call it he used to be a tight end. That's what I call it.
Yeah, but look at him line up down here at the bottom side of the screen.
Yeah.
Second guy up. He's got this big bulge there.
He's
man, on his back.
Hiding a lunchbox in the back of his jersey or something. First run for the Carolina offense goes for a gain of 4. Ike McBride with the carry. 23 carries, 60 yards last week for McBride. 2nd down and 4. The starting defense for Motor City: Dakota Butts, Maurice Williams, Doug Howard, and one of your favorite rookies, Mo Biggins, on the defensive line. Rodney Panani and King McNeely are the linebackers. Getting to the secondary after this run by Harish Prasad. Gains 1. The secondary is Sammy Seatbelt III, Terrence Pearson, King Rashid. The safeties, Mark Kaufman, Nicholas Warner, and Kane Vasquez. Four wide receivers on the field. South to throw, goes over the middle, a jumping one-handed catch. How did he see it? Chris Curtis catches the ball.
And it's kind of dark, and Chris Curtis rocks the shade, and he somehow sees it, and he does what Chris Curtis does. He did that against us last week, one-hands it with finesse for the first down.
Curtisini, as Harish Prasad likes to call him.
Curtisini.
The great Curtisini. Because he does magical things like that.
He sure does.
I guess. Curtis in motion down to the bottom. Ike McBride takes the handoff, hit behind the line, and then gets shoulder checked down into the turf by Kane Vasquez. 2nd down and 9.
Kane Vasquez comes from the back end and actually shoulder checks Ike McBride as she's trying to, find herself free to get more yards, but stops her for 1.
3 receivers set for the Skyhawks. Handing it off to Prasad. No gain on the play for him. Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
It's Harish doing, running back things. We all know him as a wide receiver who just seemingly dies.
I wasn't going to say it. Why would you say it? They're going to blame me now if he gets injured. I didn't say it. I wasn't even going to bring it up once during the whole broadcast.
He knows he's my boo. He knows I love him.
Wow. Matt South, 3rd down and 9. Oh, nice block pickup by McBride. Gave South plenty of time, and South capitalizes. Chase Earl catches the ball over the middle and gets a fresh set of downs for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, Chase Earl coming up big right there, right? Giving Matt South tons of time, the offensive line did. And Matt South's able to find Chase Earl. It was a little bit out in front of him, but he's able to reach out and grab it and actually pull it in. He's still alive. He's still alive.
Oh. Anywho, first down and 10 from the Motor City 43. They'll gain 4 yards on that Ike McBride carry. The left tackle, Kate Palmer. The left guard and right guard, Ricky Rigatoni and Chris Cross. Harish Prasad sending messages up to the broadcast booth demanding that you stop talking. And then he ran back down to the sideline and got a nice gain all the way up to the 30-yard line, gain of about 13.
Well, we know how to motivate players, and look what he does after all this, right? He shows that he's nice and healthy, and he runs
durable. Look at him powering through guys.
Runs for about 8+ yards. So there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know where I got 13
Give us some more of that, Harish.
I'm just straight up making up numbers. Yeah, and it was much closer to 9. Thanks, stats team. McBride bottled up at the line. This time they'll spot a 1-yard gain for her, second down and 9. So, yeah, we talked about this division that Carolina is in out here in the East Division. They're currently in 4th place, but the second place team, Atlanta, is also 5-5. Pitch up top to McBride. Oh, gains a yard, maybe 2. So looking at that division, Atlanta, Charleston, Carolina, all of which are at 5-5 on the season, although Carolina has lost to both Atlanta and Charleston. So in 3rd place right now. Excuse me, in 4th place right now. 3rd in that group. They need to get the win to jump out ahead, and they need to hope that Atlanta and Charleston both get a loss this week. South rolling out to the right, throws into traffic, and that one is incomplete. Tried to get it back to Chris Curtis.
Yeah, now they're going to have to bring out Malone Brown to try for this field goal here. But out of all those teams, right, that are bottled up, I'm going to call them tied for second in the division right now, right? Out of all those teams at 5-5 in the East Division, Carolina has been playing the best as of late.
I agree. Field goal is on its way from Malone Brown. It's up. It's good. And Carolina strikes first. 12 plays, 44 yards. And then kicks through a 44-yard field goal. Malone Brown now 16 of 18 on the season. And the Skyhawks strike first. If you are new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Harana Queen Jackson returning that one up to the 32-yard line. And Motor City will get back onto the field for their second offensive possession. Gerald, their first offensive possession was a 3-and-out for -5.
Yeah, and they got to get something a little bit better going, right? In my opinion, like their best run guy, their best run producer is Christopher Dean, their fullback, right? So I would like to see them get him a little bit more involved.
And they hand it off to Torneo Rivera as he's able to pick up 7 and put the offense back in plus territory on yardage.
Yeah, very good run on first down right there. And this actually helps them out, right? Last series, I mean, they didn't really get any yards at all on their first couple of plays, and it forced them, to be in a 3rd and long. So,
and suffered a sack at the hands of Levant Irvine, which put them into negative territory. I formation now on 2nd down and 3. Oh, another big hit. Danny Stinson this time laying the big hit in the backfield with the TFL.
And here they are with another 3rd down try right here. It's 3rd and I guess you can call it medium. But here they are coming in what looks like somewhat of a passing formation.
Moving all the receivers up top.
They need to find the open zone here. They're playing zone coverage, Carolina is.
Jackson to throw, rolls out to the bottom, fires over the middle, found the hole in the zone, gets their first down of the ball game. Guy Clausen with the catch.
Yeah, Guy Clausen, another former tight end turned wide receiver.
Those are the best ones.
Right, King Jackson gets himself just enough time. He actually rolls out to give himself a little bit more time with, guess who was chasing him? I do believe that was Levant Irvine, again, chasing him in the backfield. So he's got to keep an eye right there on his, on his front side and passing right there. The right tackle is not holding up their end of that offensive line. Levant Irvine's actually getting in there with consistency.
Jackson changing the play at the line. 4 wide receiver look. Trips now up top. Jackson, quick pass. Oh, jumping one-handed catch. Johan Sutherland. He was still airborne when he caught that and got hit. Watch this replay.
Yeah, I know. And he's one of the small wide receivers, only 6 feet, 182 pounds. But he goes right over the middle and takes a shot by the safety.
He's got some nice hands. So let's call that the nice hands catch. Brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. You can even take control of a team with a green horse for a logo. Oh! Christopher Dean!
I mentioned him. I think he's their best ball carrier, Christopher Dean. And what's he do? Proves me right by just running over Trevon.
Yeah.
And that don't happen very often.
No.
Trevon is an extremely
He got
good
sat down.
linebacker.
Christopher Dean just ran up to him and said, sit down. You're in my way.
2-time All-Star, 12-season vet.
Not on that play.
Holy smoke.
2nd down and inches from the 22-yard line.
That was worth a chaw.
It was worth the chaw. Handing the ball right back off to the fullback. This time it went to Stanley Pritchett. Gets the first down. Motor City now inside the red zone.
And they're moving, and they're looking really, really good on this drive. Like both teams here, right, their second drives are actually going down there getting yards and actually look like they're going to produce some points.
Motor City's drive now with more yards than Carolina got on their second drive. 6 plays, 46 and counting was the final play of the first quarter. There's a pass over the middle. That one's caught by Shane Kaufman, and we'll have a 1st down and goal to set up the second quarter.
I know that was completed to Shane Kaufman right there, like right inside the 5, but Levant Irvine was so close to actually making something crazy, getting another sack. He is fast off the ball. They need to give that right tackle some help.
1 quarter down, 3 quarters to go. Carolina out in front, but Motor City on the move. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags Drone Works. Aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. Some shots of beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina from earlier in the day.
What's that? Is that an obstacle course of some sort?
Giant onion rings. They weren't. No, it was just like it's an art museum.
Oh, that's art?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
Or the art. I just fly it through the giant onion rings. Let's get the second quarter going. 1st and goal from the 5. I'm Mike Dykes. He's Gerald Smith. Oh! Chaw! We got a couple of them so far on this drive. Painful, punishing runs.
Tristan Hatley, yeah, that just happened. But
Torneo Rivera. Running with a purpose.
Right, he only gave up a couple of yards, so they're still in good shape.
King Jackson under center. Hands the ball off to Dean.
Oh, he tried to jump.
He sure did. That didn't work. Skippy Curtis got in the way.
Yeah, Skippy
had to pay the price for it,
right,
but
right,
got the stop, though.
Skippy actually got him before, right when he was in the act of starting to jump, right, and she actually shut that down.
3rd down and goal from the 1/3 yard line. Handing it off, running towards the end zone, untouched, into the end zone. BB Blitz, touchdown Motor City, and they take the lead.
And congratulations to rookie BB Blitz for that first career touchdown right there. It took 13 weeks, but
it did.
Hey, you got it nonetheless, and you gave your team the lead.
You know what they always say, 11th game is the charm. It's an old saying.
One I never heard of.
Well, you don't know every saying.
Must be some Western New York stuff.
Yes, sir. From where I'm from, that's what they all say, I guess. Extra point is up and good. The Motor City out in front, 10-play, 69-yard drive. And, yeah, there he is, BB Blitz with his first career rushing touchdown.
He looks extremely happy. Waves. He said, "Hey, Mom, I scored a touchdown." It's that whole thing like, "Mom, look what I can do."
Yeah.
And he did it.
He made it to the bigs. See what Carolina can do on their 3rd offensive possession. They went 3 and out for -3 on possession number 1. It's like a tank running with this ball. Bachagalupi. It's got like a sandwich hidden back there or something.
It's got something hidden back there.
Yeah.
But here they are. Look, and we're going to see how Carolina's going to answer, right? Like last week, they started out pretty slow, last week as well. Not that they started out slow today, but, they were actually down. I believe it was 14-3 last week. And they actually came back and actually, slowed down the opposing offense.
Yeah.
To only scoring 6 more points after that, and end up winning the game 31-20. So, outscored the opponent 28-6 the rest of the game. So, I mean, they're no stranger to kind of closing games out.
So Carolina back on offense. Ike McBride with a good run. Has had 12 yards so far on 5 carries. Got another 6 yards there. And 2nd down and 4.
Thing about it is, look, Ike McBride is probably one of the most underrated running backs in the league. She is 3rd in rushing in the league right now coming into this week. Extremely good. And not a whole lot of people give her the credit that, she gets. A lot of people staring at the Logan Lees and all the flashy running backs around.
Yeah, speaking of flashy running backs, look at Harish Prasad getting another nice pickup.
Kept his legs under him and kind of got a little bit shifty in there and making most of his opportunities when he's getting the ball so far this game. He's getting nearly 5 yards a carry this game.
First down and 10 from the 47. South changing the play. Short drop, quick throw over the middle. That one is caught. Riley Quintero getting involved in the action, getting it into Motor City territory and moving the chains.
Yeah, and they're not wasting no time at all. Just kind of starting to move down, right? You get, a quality run from, Ike McBride, and then you follow that up with another quality run from Harish, and then what do? You throw a really good pass for about 13 to 14 yards.
First down from the 38. Pitch to McBride up top.
Oh.
Man.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What are these backs eating?
I'm not sure, but man, we've seen defenders go flying backwards on both teams.
Look, and Ike's been doing that for the better part of 8 seasons now. Yeah. I mean, she's known for that, but some of these younger guys, we haven't seen much of nothing like that from them. We expect that from Ike, but,
Rumor is they're eating bricks. Bricks of what? Cheese?
Well, I need some of them Carolina bricks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Carolina bricks are kind of brittle. You ever seen people use them to build a house? Yeah, man, that's the thing. Carolina bricks. You don't know?
It's like a specific brand,
it's a specific brick.
like a type of brick.
Yeah, man,
What's it made out of? Sand?
Maybe that's what they're eating, bricks, because it's so soft. You can probably chew it.
Could be.
South chew it.
Throws. Oh, there he goes into the end zone. Vince DeSantis, touchdown Carolina, and they retake the lead.
And Matt South continues to throw dimes and complete his passes at a high rate, and actually throws another touchdown on the season to get his team back the lead.
Matt South with his 13th passing touchdown on the season, and Gerald, he's been spreading the ball around quite a bit. We got Chase Earl with 3 receiving touchdowns, Riley Quintero with 3 receiving touchdowns, Christian Bachagalupi with 3 receiving touchdowns, and now Vince DeSantis with 3 receiving touchdowns. Chris Curtis with 0 is wondering what he did wrong.
And he's actually second on the team in catches.
Yeah, just not in the end zone.
Well, look, maybe it's significant others like don't throw him the ball. He'll get us there, but he just can't finish it.
Yeah. Gets you almost to the finish line, but not quite.
Not quite.
Extra point is good. 10-7. Carolina out in front with the lead. Are you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is nobody else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Season 9 of the minor league, about a month and a half away, if that. Get started back up earlier on in May. So King Jackson back out onto the field. Throws it down to your guy, Christopher Dean. He'll pick up 2 yards before being forced out of bounds. 2nd down and 8.
Carolina must have shared some bricks with the running backs.
Yeah, it was just a big pregame party. They're all sitting there
hey,
eating
come
bricks.
over. What are you eating? Carolina bricks.
Carolina bricks with hot sauce.
No. let's
Yeah,
not do
man.
that. Eat it nice and dry.
Jackson, delayed handoff. Gets it down to Rivera. He'll pick up 4. Setting Motor City up with a 3rd down and 4 on their last drive. They were able to extend it out 10 plays. 64 yards. Got into the end zone for their 1 score tonight. Got to get to the 30 to keep this drive going. Hand that one off. Bottle up at the line, but Christopher Dean bouncing around, breaking tackles, and getting up past the 40.
A potential touchdown saving tackle by Davidson Joseph. Christopher D was so patient, got the blocks he needed, navigated his way through it, made a hurdle, and broke a tackle in it. And there was nobody after Davidson Joseph. That could have broke out just a lot. And look at, Christopher Dean getting himself averaging 6.5 yards a carry right now. And picking up a 1st down on 3rd and like medium.
And then now he's taking a break on the sideline. Empty backfield look for the V8s. Jackson throws over the middle and overthrows his target. He's trying to get that one out to Azami Mihata, which I can totally respect. Throwing it to the tight end, but just a little overthrown there.
He was open too.
Well, it's one thing that you and I have observed throughout the season, and last season too. Sometimes these quarterbacks in this league, when they throw the ball, they throw that ball.
Yeah, I think they're trying to throw it through defenders and just will it into existence, and there's no way. Sometimes a little touch is what you need. Just drop it. How do they call it? Just drop it in the bucket.
That's it.
Well, you don't throw it in the bucket. Some people do, I guess.
Well, maybe they get it from their coaches, because when they see their coaches challenge a play, it's the same concept. They're trying to make that flag penetrate the earth. Jackson to throw on 3rd and 10.
Whoa.
Gets his target. Oh, right in between a pair of defenders. Shane Kaufman gets another big catch.
And Trevon Prasad was right there. It was like right in the path. It's like he just didn't see it. He got turned around and just tried to make a play on it, but lost where the receiver was at on that one. And, they pick it up and they actually moved the chains again. He needed to throw that on a rocket pass there.
High formation on first down into Carolina territory. Jackson throws another laser down the right sideline. Shane Kaufman on back-to-back plays.
What happened? You give King Jackson a ton of time back there. Look, credit to the offensive line by actually, holding tight right there because he didn't even move after he dropped back. Threw it back-footed, off his back foot. He just didn't get into it.
I thought you invented a new strategy. He's out there throwing back-footed.
That's
the heck's that mean?
That's that Cajun talk coming out of him, man.
Chimney hee-haw.
Getting too excited over here.
Chaw, man, everybody and their mama on that field on that play.
That's true. Buku.
Buku players. Jackson up top. Gets it out to Phil Koss. He'll lose a yard on the play. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half.
Look, and I don't know if anybody really expected it because, look, everybody gets beat by Canton, up to this point in the season. So I don't think anybody expected for Motor City to actually have the actual output that they've actually had so far this game. And look at these stats. Passing yards off by 1, rushing yards identical, same yards per play. Motor City with more first downs was able to pick up 4, setting them up with a 3rd down and 7 inside field goal range. Still waiting to find an opportunity to go through this Carolina defense, but the Motor City offense just keeps things plugging right along. Jackson has time again. Laser beam to the end zone. And he drops it. It's not your hand. Don't look at your hands. You're in control of your hands. You got to bring that in.
Yeah, that hit him in the hands. Look at this throw. Kaufman again, uncontested. He needed to catch that, and that brings the drive to a close. That's got to be gut wrenching.
It was more worried about his footwork when he had probably another step, maybe 2. Worried about getting his feet in position to be able to make that catch and just lost focus on the hands.
Christopher Colon, Lamont Irvine, May Carter, and Phil Hall on the defensive line. Danny Stinson, Mojo McLean, Shervon Prasad are the linebackers. Tristan Hatley, Davidson Joseph, Skippy Curtis, J.C. Wallace, Chris Delarose, and Ibari Aman Eglin. That makes up the secondary here for Carolina. They get the stop they need, but by luck, I will say, as Kaufman could have caught that one. Motor City able to knot things back up at 10 points apiece.
Yeah, so they're able to go down and answer Carolina's touchdown. We're going down there and get a field goal to kind of tie it back up. So we're going to see how Carolina's going to answer. I mean, they both looked really, really good on their last couple of drives.
And look at Bachagalupi. Like
what?
A tank, a spinning tank.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know tanks could spin. But we just saw it happen, getting all the way up to the 49-yard line.
Well, I was on the sideline. You see what everybody's doing, eating them bricks. He's like, let me get my fair share before I take this kickoff. And he almost takes it back. Look, he spun right here to get out of the way of the kicker getting him. He almost spun out of another one. But luckily for Motor City, there was a teammate right there to kind of clean it up. But here they are, man. They're like almost right at midfield.
First down and 10 from the 49. Matt South, 5 of 7, 71 yards and a touchdown on the day. Ike McBride, 7 carries, 23 yards. Harish Prasad, 5 carries, 20 yards. McBride will add on to that total here, gets another 4.
What we've been losing in the league over the course of some time is like the true power back.
Yeah.
Ike alone says, she just tells the league, I'm bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
She's just been just rolling people over. And poor Ronnie Panani, 12-season vet, getting shoulder checked.
Prasad continues his good night, averaging over 4 yards per carry and adds on at least another 6-7 yards there.
Yeah, and they're actually look, and the way they're actually calling these stuff right with Harish and and Ike, they're getting really, really good like ball distribution from the two, giving it to them, and they're making the most out of the carries and chances that they're getting right there. They're getting, chunk yardage.
Short drop by South, short pass by South. Chris Curtis catches the ball, doesn't get a touchdown, but he does get a yard. 2nd down and 9.
Maybe that's how he's leading. He just takes these little short routes.
The little dink and dunks. He's actually averaging second most receiving yards on average on the team. He's only behind Chase Earl. He's got 13.6 yards per catch coming into tonight's game. Just not finding that end zone. South tries to run with it. Look at him spin. He spun like a botchagalupi. Only got 2 yards, but 3rd down and 7.
And he was able to make a move, just kind of spin out of it and actually get himself in some positive position and actually get some yards and get him close to the field goal range.
2 minutes to go. 10 points apiece. Carolina on the move. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube, live from Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm Mike Dykes. He's Gerald Smith. Got Mike McBride. We've got Tristan Hatley with us on stats tonight. Got Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on the production. Thank you for joining us in this one. It's going to be a close game. Wide open. Chris Curtis, just outside the red zone, moves the chains.
And they are one of the best teams in the league, like picking up yardage on 3rd down and turning them into 1st downs, and they do it again right there. They did it all last week, and either they're doing it again this week.
Gets up to the 21-yard line. 5 receiver look. 3 up top, 2 to the bottom. South under pressure. Throws and nearly throws an interception. Rodney Panani got his hands on the ball. Falls harmlessly to the turf. Stops the clock with a minute 22.
Yeah, I don't think Matt South saw, Panani sitting there as he was trying to hit Raleigh Quintero kind of coming, across right there.
I don't know how you don't see him.
He just kind of closed on the ball. He was playing a zone that was almost in the flats on that play, and he just kind of snuck over.
I'm just saying, there's big linebackers and small linebackers. Panani is in that earlier category. As that one goes into, well, there was at least 5 or 6 defenders there. Tried to force that one in.
Yeah, he definitely tried to force it. Just trying to get Riley Quintero back involved, and he was pretty good in last week's game, making big catches. It is 3rd down. I mean, look, and this is where I think this team, it has an edge over most in the league right here. It's on 3rd down. They're just able to pick it up.
South looks, fires, end zone, touchdown, Carolina. They pick it up indeed, and it's a touchdown because it's to Chase Earl and not Chris Curtis. But Carolina retakes the lead in this one.
Yeah, and Matt South now has thrown his 14th touchdown of the season and threw a strike right there, able to get behind the corner and right in front of the safety and threw a strike right there for them to get themselves the lead back. We've had, 5 consecutive scoring drives, I think, if I'm not mistaken, between the teams right now.
Let's look at the data. Yeah, 5 scoring drives started off with Carolina getting a 44-yard field goal on their second offensive possession. To start the second quarter, we had Motor City get a 10-play, 64-yard drive, ending in a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Carolina would then respond with a 6-play, 67-yard drive of their own. They got a 31-yard touchdown pass. Motor City got a field goal on their last possession, and now Carolina with an 8-play, 51-yard drive to get back out in front. 17-10, minute 14 to go. All 3 timeouts for Motor City. Their drives have been taking, on average, 3 to 4 minutes, though, Gerald. They're going to need to pick up the pace here.
Yeah, and the way their offense has played all season, I'm just wondering how long can Motor City keep up with how Carolina is actually scoring on offense right now, right? Because Motor City is not known for, their offensive prowess.
That run bottled up at the line, but Dean able to get 5 off of it. Rolls forward, but they're not going to be in any particular hurry, Gerald. They do get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, but I think right now, even for Motor City, right, they've had 2 straight successful drives going down and getting points. They've been pretty clean on offense. Both teams started out, right, by actually losing yards on their first drive, but I would be aggressive if I was Motor City here because you had a couple of successful drives. You still have somewhat of the momentum.
They go back down to the fullback this time. Stanley Pritchett as Dean takes a breather on the sidelines, gains a couple. Be a 3rd down and short.
And they're just going to let the time run. I just think it would have been, it's an opportunity for them to actually kind of try and push it further down the field. I mean, at this stage, look, with your record, you don't have much to lose. I mean, just try and do it works.
Dean gets the first down, gets more, and they do call their first timeout at this point. They think they just wanted to see if they could get that first down. I get your point, and normally I'm right there with you with, hey, you got a minute 14 and all 3 timeouts. Get down the field and try to get some points. But they're in this game. They're in this game still, and they also didn't want to make a mistake that could have cost them. Throwing a pick that far back in their own territory, setting Carolina up in easy scoring range, or even throwing a pick 6. So now they'll go to the air. Jackson, back at his own 29, looks, fires deep down the right side, wide open. Phil Koss gets the ball, timeout called with 9 seconds to go.
See, and that's what and I wasn't saying, hey, since just them like going deeper, being more aggressive. What I really meant was having a sense of urgency right there. Because now look what you have. You could have had a lot more time. They got the ball with just over a minute left, and now they only have 9 seconds left. So they're gonna have to hope they get something right here and actually get themselves in a situation where they're gonna have to call like the timeout because all they have is like 1 timeout left right now. If you don't get it here, you're well, never mind.
Yeah, Dean's going to roll forward, get down to the 1. They'll call timeout and more than likely trot out Caleb Richards for the field goal.
What do I know?
You don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing because, or at least my kids are young. Nothing with an F.
Nothing, man.
But look, this is what they're gonna do. If they make this, they get the ball back at the half.
They are indeed. Kick is on its way. It is through as time expires. They score. They'll get that ball back, and that could potentially be the difference of, constantly having this one be a tie ball game. Another team gets the lead. Then a tie ball game, another team gets the lead. Now it's a 4-point ball game. If Motor City can come back out in the second half, march down the field and get a touchdown, they reclaim the lead. That's the first half of action. Your score after 2 quarters of play is, we'll wait for the cheerleaders to finish their routine. So as we head to the half, there we go. Carolina 17, Motor City 13. Gerald, as we take a peek at these first half stats and snapshots, your thoughts so far in the first half of play? Pretty even game.
Yeah, it is an even game. And look, and I would have really thought coming into the game that Carolina would be running away with it. But here it is. Motor City seems like, hey, maybe they're starting to find, something that they have working for them, right? They too have, look, and they said, look, I'm not going to the playoffs. You're not going either, right? So, and I think that's what they're playing for. They're like, hey, look, if I can't get there, you can't get there either. So, they're playing with a little bit of pride here as well. So, but Carolina, credit to them. I mean, they've been scoring. They scored on 3 straight drives.
Yeah.
Just like Motor City has, right? They've been putting the points 6 straight. The last 6 drives has resulted into points for both teams.
Yeah, it sure has, and it was it's great to see that because when we started off the game, Carolina went 3 and out, Motor City went 3 and out, and not only did they go 3 and out, they went backwards. Both teams lost yards on their first drives, but 3 drives apiece since then. 3 scoring drives for each team. I'm Mike Dykes. He is Gerald Smith. We've got Ike McBride, Tristan Hatley on stats, Cameron Irvine, our producer, back at SFL Studios. San Diego at Canton. Gerald at the half. Canton up 20-0. They are dominant and continuing their dominating ways so far tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it's much of a surprise for most across the SFL world that they continue their I guess, should we call it some sort of a meteoric rise, from where they were last season to not allowing any teams to score double-digit points on them, only just allowing 2 touchdowns through 9 games.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's almost like it's not even real. I bet you the Canton team and the Canton fans are like, yeah, somebody gonna, slap us and wake us up. But
right.
They're definitely living the dream right now.
Speaking of the number 9, you mentioned 9 games, 9 points. That's the most that any team's put up against them this season. That was the DC Dragons a few weeks ago. But let's get back down to Raleigh. Raleigh. Same thing. Although anybody from Raleigh would disagree that it's the same. But in any case, yeah, we got a good one here. 4-point ball game. Carolina getting the stop, but not before another first down. You called out Christopher Dean earlier on in the game, said you think he's their best running back 5 seasons in the league. He's doing quite well tonight. 10 carries, 64 yards. We'll call it 10 carries, 61 yards after that last one.
Unofficially. But look, they're doing well in the run game right now, and they're doing really good stuff. They have some interesting run plays, right? And what they're doing, it seems like they're actually allowing the Carolina defense to actually move upfield a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Just allowing that, for it to just naturally open up. Because what do you want to do as a defensive lineman most times? You just want to get to the quarterback and rush it. What they do, they're over pursuing, and it seems like Motor City is actually playing right into that.
Just on the edge of the first down marker. BB Belitz, who got his first career rushing touchdown in the first half. 3rd down and inches coming up now. Rivera in the backfield.
Yeah, and you also have Christopher Dean right there lining up in a fullback position, so they can give it to any one of these guys who are having success today.
They're going to give it to Dean, gets the first down easily. Isn't even touched for about the first 8 yards.
Oh, no.
And down he goes.
That isn't good. He was having such a great game. It was like, heading up to be like a career day for him.
We'll have to see if he returns to the ball game. Fortunately for Motor City, they still have Torneo Rivera and BB Belitz.
Yeah, and that, well, I mean the way they're using Christopher Dean, he has the most carries, 11 carries, and had over 70 yards going into it right now, and it's just, wow. It definitely changes the complexity of the game, especially for their run offense, because they're doing very well in the run.
3 receivers, tight end, and a running back in the formation. They're going to go down to the running back. Torneo Rivera able to gain a couple. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, now, and we're going to see what type of impact this injury has to the Motor City offense and how much they are able to produce in the run game, because now all they have left is, Belitz and Rivera, and their fullback has been extremely important in running from the fullback lined up position. So
yes,
we're going to see how it affects them going forward.
Jackson throws down the right side. Shane Kaufman, the intended target. I thought that one was going to get swatted away, but everybody missed on that one. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and here it is. It's a 3rd and long. And look, and it's too early to tell in this drive, but seeing how they were using it and utilizing Christopher Dean quite a bit, they changed the way that they were operating their offense based off of that injury for him having to come out of game for who knows how long.
Play action. Jackson looks, throws for first down yardage. No, it's picked off.
It's Hatley.
Tristan Hatley running back down the left sideline up to the Carolina 39-yard line, and the first mistake of either of these teams tonight falls into the hands of Hatley, and Carolina takes back over on offense.
And they got what they wanted in the play action right there, and actually had like the defenders looking in the backfield there, but I do think that King Jackson chose the wrong wide receiver there. He wasn't quite as open as he thought he was, but here it is. Credit to Carolina, right? This is something that they've done over the last 3 games, being able to force some turnovers, and here they are. They have another opportunity to put more points on the board and extend their lead.
Tristan Hatley now with 3 picks on the season. Matt South, he's going to come out swinging. Has time, throws wide open. Riley Quintero gets up to the 40-yard line.
Oh, it looked like an awkward throw from Matt South, but he's able to get it over to Riley Quintero and actually get themselves, right into Motor City territory. What a turn of events here! Like when you thought, they just had Motor City had a large run from Christopher Dean, who's having a career day, in my opinion, up to that point, and then just 3 plays later, they end up turning the ball over.
McBride still eating those bricks, stiff-arming defenders into the turf, and runs forward for a gain of 9.
And look, and I feel like right there, that run just tells me that Ike says, it's my game to grind down, shut down now, boys. Watch this.
Absolutely. Christopher Dean on the night before he got hurt, 73 yards. Looking at his rushing total on the season, back on March 1st, he rushed for 73 against LA. We're only at the beginning of the third quarter. Best game in recent history was all the way back October 28th. He just absolutely went off, 188 yards on the ground.
Oh, what is the reach doing?
Bricks! That's what he's doing. He's eating bricks. I don't think he's eating bricks. I think he's got bricks inside those shoulder pads. He's just lowering bricks into people.
He's delivering bricks.
Delivering
like, what's going on? You know, he's trying to shake that curse and throw it on somebody else.
You know, the saying in Carolina is fear the schmear. I think it should be fear the bricks. I know it doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but good Lord.
It's Jesus.
Chase Earl moves up into the slot. South, short drop. Oh, quick pass down to the bottom. Oh, Chris Curtis gets the catch, runs out of bounds, gain of 3.
Couldn't see where the line was to turn it up, but still, he caught the ball nonetheless. Just a 3-yard gain.
The SFL convention is headed back to South Shore Harbor Resort in League City, Texas, just south of Houston, July 12th and 14th, featuring live games, flag football, a golf tournament, alleged tailgating, a pool party, and more. For all the convention details, visit simulationfl.net/news/convention. You can reserve your room, see the event schedule, and more. As DeSantis picks up 4, third down.
Who's that guy holding the ball up in the stadium right there?
What guy?
I couldn't tell who it was. Like he's way up in the stadium. Just look at the stadium there. Oh, Ike McBride.
She's running with bricks too. Oh, up on the billboard up there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scrolling through the fans. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't know. I don't see anybody holding the ball.
You was looking for individual people as.
Yeah.
Look, I tell you what. They talk about bricks. I think they need to just, you know, the way they're running over people here, they may have to check the opponents. They might be having some bricks in their pants. They're hitting them and make them, you know,
just
drop
down.
Bricks in their pants.
Well, that's an interesting analogy. Prasad runs back to the line of scrimmage, gains 1.
Things happen when you get hit really hard.
Did you get hit hard in the head or something
look,
right before the game? What happened?
I've had a concussion or two.
Yeah, recently?
not recently.
5 wide on. Towards the end zone and a flag in the end zone. This one will place the ball right at the 1.
Like from in real time, it looked like it was kind of bang bang. So we get we might get a second look at it here and see what we got. Oh,
call it on King Rashid.
It was close. It could have went either way, in my opinion. Referee saw something that we didn't, and that was, the replay. It was slightly slowed down. We couldn't see it, but here we are at the 1 yard line.
26 Sports in the chat is tuning in for his first ever SFL game. Welcome. Watch this. Matt South, end zone, batted away and nearly picked off.
I don't think that fan knows where he is.
2nd down and goal. That one bounced out of the hands of about 4 different defenders.
Give that man some bricks. Maybe he'll realize where he's at.
Flip backs in the backfield. 5 on the line for Motor City. South hands it off to McBride, runs out to the left, stiff arms the defender, and they get into the end zone for a touchdown. Carolina extends their lead.
When you give her the ball, I don't think you can actually even in a one-on-one situation, I would take Ike McBride and the power she possesses every single time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's number 3 coming into the game for a reason, right? And because she does stuff like that. Look, even last week, you know what she did? She didn't have the best statistical game going into the fourth quarter, but you know what she did? They handed her the ball last week, and she was able to shut the game down. And it seems like right now, here we are over midway through the third quarter, and she's starting to take over the game.
Yeah, 23 carries, 60 yards. Her long was 11 last week. So far tonight, unofficially, 11 carries, 45 yards, and of course has a rushing touchdown and also a receiving touchdown. So having a great night as Carolina extends their lead out 24-13. So getting back to 2-6 Sports, tuning in for their first ever SFL game. Love from Australia. Gerald, we have quite a contingent of people in the league hailing from Australia, so they'll fit right in at home if they want to.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend. I mean, you might be able to give them a stuff here to see if we have Jacob Clear calling games this week. Maybe, 2-6 Sports, or reach out and watch, tune in and see an Australian play-by-play fellow.
Yeah, he'll have to wait till next week. Jacob not available this week on the schedule. It was a nice setup, though. You kind of lofted a nice softball up, ready for me to knock it out of the park, reading the schedule, and he's not on it.
Darn it.
It was a good effort.
Yeah, he's one of our better play-by-play guys too. So
sure is.
He's really come a long way since he switched to play-by-play. It's been the best thing.
You know what this means is 2-6 Sports gonna have to tune back in next week as well.
He sure will.
See when Jacob Clear will be on that schedule. So you can visit simulationfl.net. And you'll be able to see the updated schedule there. If you join the Discord server, you can see when Jacob Clear gets put on a broadcast. But, yeah, several people from Australia in the league. Oh. Throws another pick on back-to-back drive. Skippy Curtis getting this one. It turns it all the way up to the Motor City 34. And you felt that momentum shift after that first pick. And now the momentum, if we had the old fabled Rick meter in the house, it would be pegged all the way over on Carolina right now.
All the way Carolina side on the Rick meter. And, here we are. I mean, they got, 2 of the, females around our league right here. Skippy Curtis and Ike McBride making huge plays for their team.
Yeah.
On nearly back-to-back plays. So
a wild Michael Cirillo has just appeared in the chat.
Look alive.
Look alive. Let's go, he says. Cheering on his Skyhawks. 3 minutes, 49 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Carolina getting the ball at the Motor City 34. Ike McBride gets the first carry of the drive, gets back to the line a little bit more. Second down and 9.
I feel like, Carolina, at least the way that they played here in the third quarter, I feel like they almost got themselves in some, cruise control, happening right now, that the way that they're actually playing and getting themselves in there and making good plays.
Yeah. When you got a 2-score lead, it gets a little bit more comfortable and you can play a little bit more conservative. You want to keep your foot on the gas. You want to, try to make it a 3-score lead, really kind of cement your position out in front, but you also don't have to take the same amount of risks. You can just keep running the ball and wear that defense out. We talked about Motor City's time of possession and their third down conversion rate not being so great. They're on the field a lot. Pass deep downfield. Look at that dart.
Wow.
An absolute dot to Quintero. First down and goal from the 9.
It's the neck roll he's got right there coming in. It harnesses superpowers. And what's he do? Come right over and catch it. Matt South creates a little bit of space for himself and be able to hit Quintero over the middle, right inside the 10-yard line. And I can't stress enough how good Matt South has played over the last 3 games, including this one, which will be number 4. Right? His completion percentage is extremely high. He's got touchdowns, way more touchdowns than interceptions on the board for himself over these last few games. And now look at Ike McBride.
Just stepped out of bounds at the 3-yard line. I thought she was gone.
I don't know if you noticed it,
I did it too.
but Kane Vasquez was running that way, and he's like, I hope she runs out of bounds because I don't want to take this on because she's been just killing people. So he just kind of just ran right by her.
He made a business decision. He's like, I'm just going to scare her out of bounds.
Oh, man.
It worked. Barely. I thought she was in. Let's see if she gets in this time. Yep. Touchdown, Carolina. She's on fire. Gets the hat trick of touchdowns. 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. And Carolina up 30-13.
And she started taking over the game right now, and the way she's running the ball, she's by far the most grinded out running back in the league that the league has seen. And I do believe like she is probably the only female running back that we've had in the league, if I'm not mistaken. So look, and she's blazing quite the trail for all of our female athletes across the SFL. Look, this is what you can do if you become a running back in this league.
Extra point is up and good. 31-13. 5-play, only a 35-yard drive. Why? Because it was set up on a Skippy Curtis interception, and Carolina able to not only capitalize, but capitalize on points off turnovers, as you see a just defeated-looking Motor City team over on their sideline. But they got to shake it off, as Tay-Tay would say. Get back out on offense and got to get something going here.
Yeah, they got to get something going. And you have to wonder if, look, did they severely change up like what they are doing offensively due to just the injury to Christopher Dean and the fullback who was running really, really well.
And a nice return by Harana Queen Jackson. Will also get another 5 yards tacked on. So they'll start with the ball up at the 39-yard line, and that's the sort of thing that they need. As now they're looking up at that scoreboard, down 3 scores. They gotta get something going here, and then they're gonna need some help from their defense. Try to get back into this one.
Yeah, I think they might have to almost forcing themselves to start throwing the ball, maybe. But then I say that, and they get 5 from the backup fullback.
That's it. Stanley Pritchett getting some more yards.
At least to this point, right? It kind of got a little bit out of hand here, but I mean, they're still kind of trying to stick true to to the dance with the girl that brought you, and that's what they seem like they're trying to do here.
Indeed. Got another couple. They're down and 3 as the waning moments of the third quarter tick away. Less than a minute and a half to go.
And this is the thing too you got to think about. This is the Carolina on this season has, on average throughout the season, 19 points a game. Right? Over the last 3, they have gotten no less than 23 points.
Yeah.
They've best their average over the last 4 games because they now have 31 points on the game. So they've actually stepped it up offensively.
Yeah, they've gotten things turned around. I know people will never let you forget your thoughts on their defense earlier on in the season.
I won't lie. I trashed them.
And look at how they've done today and last week.
Yeah, don't throw on last week.
Well, hey, listen, you trashed the defense. I'm going to have to at least give them the credit of like, hey, what'd they do to you?
I think they sandbagged us or something.
You think so?
They didn't really turn it on until the second half, and sometime midway through the third quarter. Similar to what they have in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with them, and they did it to us on the road. At home, I can kind of understand.
Right.
But they did it to us on the road. They did it in our house, being able to, like the defense made a step up, and the offensive just playing mistake-free for, definitely the second half. I mean, we did pick them off kind of early, but, in the second half, they've actually stepped it up, and it seems like, hey, they know what's at stake.
It was a 4-point game at the half. And now we got a 3-score game. 3rd down and 1. Final play of the third quarter. Gets the first down just outside the red zone. So 3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes remains here from David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium from Raleigh, North Carolina. Carolina out in front big, but Motor City on the move. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube.
The of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back for the start of the fourth quarter. Mike Daggs along with Gerald Smith up here in the broadcast booth. Ike McBride, Tristan Hatley in the stats truck. Cameron Irvine, our producer, back at SFL Studios. Still no sign of Christopher Dean, as he still is nursing that injury. Stanley Pritchett able to pick up 4. Second down and 6. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit the end zone and get a touchdown. Motor City gets some more points on the board. Guy Clausen.
Guy
Clausen in the end zone.
I can't even say it right.
Guy
Clausen.
There you go.
It's the second time I had that. Comes through with a big catch to get a team back on the board. And now, you know, look, pending the extra point, they're going to be down only 11 points. I mean, at this stage, is it too early to go for 2 and make it 10?
Yeah, it is. I get the extra point. You don't go for the 2 until you have to go for 2.
Glide Clausen.
Gliding into the end zone.
Guy the Glide Clausen. Injury update. So doubtful. Got a pinched nerve in the shoulder.
Yeah, doubtful for him to return. So we'll keep an eye on it and see if we see him come back out onto the field.
So I've always wondered this. So you have out, which is 100% out.
Yeah.
You have doubtful.
Right.
You have questionable, and then you have probable.
Yeah.
Put percentages on that. The percentage chance they come back in.
Or just make it more fun and be like, I don't know. You know, what's their status? I don't know.
Well, I always thought about it this way, right? So if he's out, it's 100%. He's 0 chance of coming back in.
Yeah.
Like doubtful, 25%. Questionable is 50. Probably a 75.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Just like they don't. Guy Clausen getting that touchdown. Our thoughts and prayers are with Guy Clausen and his family, his dad. Currently at the hospital, getting some tests throughout the day. So obviously we hope the best for the Clausen family. And I'm sure being able to watch his game, watch his player get a touchdown there, helps lighten the burden of the day a little bit. Ike McBride with a 2-yard carry. 2-6 Sports back in the chat. Love your work, fellas. We'll definitely be tuning in again. Appreciate that. Appreciate you joining us, and we hope you do tune back in. We've got more games coming up next, so I'm not sure what time it is in Australia. It's probably like, I don't know, noon. It's so much the other side of the world. It's already probably like midday Saturday, I think, at this point here. So we've got more games coming up in just about a half hour, about 45 minutes. We'll kick off the next block. 45 minutes and 1 hour from now, we will kick off 2 more games. There's 4 games on Saturday as well, and then still 2 more weeks of the regular season after this one.
Then playoffs, baby.
Playoffs, baby. And the minor league getting started back up. Over 400 games per year are produced by this league, so plenty of football. South goes down the right side.
What a
double
catch.
coverage, and what a catch indeed. Crossing just past midfield. Chase Earl with the catch.
And you know what's insane is just that Chase Earl seems to be coming up with the biggest third down catches this game. It was an opportunity, especially the last 2 plays when Motor City was shutting down the run on 1st and 2nd down. And what does Carolina do? They just come out and throw it to Chase Earl, miss the 3rd down this game. Next, he pulls it in and get themselves into Motor City territory. So, look, but that's what Carolina has done so well over recent weeks.
Yeah.
Their 3rd down conversions have been through the roof, and they continue to do it, which is why they've been successful.
And exactly what Motor City did not need. They wanted to get that ball back with a lot of time left on the clock. Every first down will burn about another 2 minutes off the clock if Carolina plays the ball correctly. Second down and 9 after that 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, I mean, up until they need it, I think they're in a position where they can just, it could be the Harish and Ike McBride show.
Well, it's the Ike McBride show at the moment as Rodney Panani wraps her up on back-to-back plays, allows only 1 yard between those 2 carries. Third down and 9.
Well, I think the coaches need to phone up to the owner's booth and tell owner Harish Prasad that they need more bricks.
The bag of bricks is empty. Bring more bricks. Matt South to throw over the middle into coverage again, and it doesn't matter. Riley Quintero gets the catch and moves the chains.
Mark Kaufman looked like he had a peg for a pick, maybe even a pick 6, and it looked like he just misjudged it. Oh, he didn't get his hands up high enough and just missed it through his hands, and Riley Quintero right there, and guess what it was on? Another third down that they convert. It's unreal to me. Like the way that they're converting third downs. We need a third down conversion chart popped up.
Matt South to throw. Pressure on its way. Chris Curtis gets the catch and then gets just jettisoned back by King Rashid. Gained 7 and then got pushed almost all the way back to the line of scrimmage. Good thing that forward progress is a thing.
Yeah, forward progress definitely is a thing. But look, and you can tell right here just from this little passing graphic that just popped up, most of the damage from the Carolina passing game has been over the middle. So they're having trouble getting the linebackers back and the safeties up.
Harish. I think Motor City stole the bag of bricks. Harish Prasad runs into a brick wall. Gets the first down, though, and like I said, every one of these first downs is another couple minutes off the clock.
Yeah, and it seems like right here, look, I don't know, man, Carolina just seems like they're just so smooth and just right now, no panic, and they're just doing it. They're just in a flight to. Oh, is it Panani?
That was Panani with a 4-yard sack.
Man, he just split the gap and was just right in there so quick. Look at this. Look at this. Center had no idea what was going on.
Guys got a little bit turned around there.
Blocking assignments were off, right? Had they noticed it, right, that center has to move over and grab the defensive tackle, and that guard has got to keep an eye on the blitz. They just missed it.
South. He still knows how to throw after that hit. That's good. Gets it up to Chris Curtis. He'll gain a couple. Third down and a long 12. But they're in field goal range. Now, kicking a field goal here obviously just keeps it a 2-score game. If they get the touchdown, this one's probably out of hand. So, big third down for both of these teams. 4 receivers on the field.
I think it's Chase Earl.
South over the middle. Gets it to Chris Curtis.
Did he get it?
Can't get the first. His knee must have been down, or it's just a bad spot. 4th and 2. I thought he got it. I was expecting like maybe a 4th and inches or something, but no, 4th and 2. They mark him down at the 5.
They get him kind of a bad spot. But right here, guess what it does? It allows them to kick a field goal, makes it 2 full touchdowns.
2 full touchdowns, yeah.
Right here. So Motor City. Whoa.
Field goal's good. Not by much. That one squeaked inside the left upright. The laces were in, I think. It happens.
Something.
You can go on a whole murderous rage if the laces are in, from what I've heard.
Well, yeah, you can.
Start a whole second life. Well, so you can get back at the quarterback that held the ball.
You can wonder what all what might have been.
Yeah.
For those who know, they know.
Wow. What are you trying to say?
I'm not saying anything.
No, you are.
It could be literally life-altering for some people.
It could.
Especially, fans of that group.
I'll unplug your microphone. It's boop, unplug it. You don't even know what to do.
No.
Hey, let's see what Motor City can do. 4 minutes, 46 seconds to go. Rashid over the middle. Into coverage and gets the first down. Shane Kaufman.
There you go. Do tempo.
Yeah, Shane Kaufman gets the catch, gets 11 yards. They'll hurry back to the line. Jackson
Oh,
throws
wow.
to Kaufman again. That one I thought could have nearly been picked off, but it's a gain of 9, and they'll go back to the hurry up once again.
Aside from the 2 interceptions, King Jackson's having a pretty good day.
He is. And it's just going to be the Jackson to Kaufman show.
Why not? It's working.
Picks up 4.
They got the defensive lineman they're looking for.
Jackson to, hey, Kaufman? No, he went to somebody else, and that was the problem. Tried to get it out to Guy Clausen. Clausen couldn't haul it in, stops the clock with 4:10, second down.
And with the man coverage that was being had right there, I do think it was, and look, and Kaufman was lined up against Shrivan Prasad. I would take that all day long, but he decided to throw it to somebody else different on that last play. So, and it falls to the turf. So we'll see what they continue with here.
2-touchdown ball game from the 45-yard line. Motor City in possession of the ball. Jackson throws into coverage. That one's incomplete. Well defended. Danny Stinson in on the coverage.
I know Danny Stinson.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Did he terrorize you last week?
sure did.
That's not good.
I do think Mr. Stinson had 2 interceptions. Shame on him. We're not friends.
Oh, Gerald. Salty. Jackson into coverage again, 4th down, and this could be the ball game. You know, even with 4 minutes to go, they got to capitalize off this drive, or they're going to need a miracle.
Yeah, and I don't think like the routes that they really have right there is something that is actually going to help them here, right? They got to get a little bit of a deeper route. They got to do something a little bit more.
Checking it down behind the line of scrimmage, and he can't get there.
I don't know I don't know why that choice was made, but
I don't know. Maybe trying to catch him off guard did not work. If those blockers had done their job, it maybe would have happened. But they had 3 receivers out on that side. Could have set up a nice block, but they just ran right by the defenders. Allowed the tackle and a turnover on downs. Carolina starts back over on the Motor City 46.
And look, I don't see them turning back. I just think they're going to get there and go. Oh,
Yeah, Ike McBride just picking up right where she left off with a gain of 5. Meanwhile, over in Canton, about a little bit longer to go than we have in this one. Still about 4.5 to play in the 4th quarter. Things have just not gone San Diego's way tonight. They've got a slew of injuries and currently down 41-3 to the undefeated Classics.
Yeah, I do think on 2 drives they had 2 defenders go down on defense, and then Johnny Pickler, quarterback, QB1, gets knocked out late in the game. So nothing really has went their way.
2nd down and 5 here in Raleigh. Harish Prasad gets the 1st down up to the 32. They'll keep the clock rolling. So we've got more games tonight. Like I said, Gerald, we've got more games tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 8 more teams will hit the virtual gridiron. It's headlined by a rematch of the wild card game last season between the Arizona Scorpions and the Minnesota Legend. That one starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Other matchups include Denver at Mexico City. That's at 6:45. And then at the 9 o'clock block, Louisiana at Fort Worth and Florida at Jacksonville. So go Aztecs, go Revs.
Go Revs.
Go South Division, except for everybody else. I said what I said.
And you meant it.
I did mean it. Dang nabbit. So,
is it dang nabbit or the dag nabbit?
Dag nabbit. I have no idea. It's not really anything I say unless I'm on air.
Dang nabbit or dag nabbit. Somebody look that up. We need to figure this out.
Gosh darn it.
As we watch Carolina just,
they're
definitely going to bleed it out, and they're actually got themselves right on the edge of field goal range here too. So between Harish and and Ike, they have over 100 yards on the day combined.
2 minutes to go to wrap this one up. Carolina out in front, 2 touchdowns, in scoring range, in possession of the football. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Two minutes to go. Carolina, they, like I said at the very beginning and in the weekly kickoff show, if you missed it, wow, bricks. Go buy some bricks. That's how you win games. If you missed,
it's just not any bricks. It's
Carolina bricks. Yeah, Carolina bricks. If you missed the weekly kickoff show, like Tristan Hatley has apparently most of the season, shame on you. First off, but second, we mentioned the importance of this Carolina game. This will bring them up to 6 wins on the season, and now it's going to be kind of a wait and see. Oh, look at McBride just surging forward, gets inside the red zone, gets the first down. Motor City will burn a timeout. But it's kind of going to be a little bit of a wait and see now for Carolina, as they will advance to 6-5 and very, very potentially temporarily take over that number 2 spot in the East Division. They're going to have to see how Charleston does, see how Atlanta does later on in the season. And both of those teams, it looks like, are on a bye week this week, Gerald. So Carolina will be able to take over the number 2 spot in the division until next week and then see what happens. Now, Carolina goes into a bye week next week, so potentially, Atlanta, Charleston could come back into it, as you're just sitting here Googling Carolina bricks and not paying attention to anything I'm saying.
I'm just showing you, hey, Carolina bricks got superpowers.
Okay.
I was looking up for myself. I may need some for my squad.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
It can't hurt.
It really, it can only get better by carrying bricks. I mean, it could slow you down, I guess. It doesn't look like it's slowed down like McBride or Harish Prasad.
Not if you eat them. That's apparently what they're doing.
Could be.
Huff a little brick dust.
But don't tell the viewers to huff anything, like ever. Go snort brick dust, child. No. It's not okay, man.
I don't know. It's win at all cost.
Oh, is that the Louisiana way?
Yes.
Harish. First down and goal, minute to go. No timeouts remaining for Motor City. And that'll do it. Victory formation on its way out. 1 kneel down should be all it takes to give Carolina the victory. So, yeah, they'll advance on to 6-5. They'll take over the number 2 spot in the East. They'll head into the bye week, wait to see what happens, and then a big showdown against Florida. Florida has already won the East Division. They did that a couple weeks ago. But Carolina, good shot now at ending in the number 2 spot. Gerald, is that's where they'll be sitting in just about 28 seconds.
Yeah, we're looking, and the only knock on Carolina, right, that could possibly hurt their chances, that they have lost to Charleston and both Atlanta.
Yeah, they have to have more wins than those two teams.
So they're going to need that win next week to improve their division standing. Right. Going into next week. So, for them, look, and if they do win next week, it puts them in the best possible position to get into the playoffs, because a loss would have straight just knocked them right out. Yeah, if they had lost this one, it would have been very, very difficult to even conceive of potentially even a playoff spot, as they would have at best ended 500 on the season, but now have a good shot at potentially being able to end with a winning record. Gerald, as we look at the final score breakdown, final stats, your final thoughts on the game? Well, Carolina just knows how to finish games. They sure do. That's just what they've done. That's actually what they've done the last 4 straight weeks. They did it to Louisiana. I got a first-hand look at it from the owner's box, and such crying in my hands phase. But it, and hit her again, right? They had the first half where they still put points on it. Look, and one thing they didn't do, they didn't make mistakes. That is the true thing about what makes their offense so good right now. They're limiting the mistakes and they're capitalizing on everything that they can, and they are fluid in everything that they do, and it's got them to the point where they're 6-5, potentially looking at a playoff berth if they can take down Florida next week.
Be a big game for them. Next up for Motor City, they will head to Denver on Saturday, April 6th. For Carolina, they do have a bye week, and then they will head into week 14, April 13th, to take on Florida in what will be a major game for them. We've still got more football coming up. 10:15 p.m. DC at Tulsa, 10:30 p.m. Los Angeles at Portland. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Carolina wins at 34-20. For Gerald Smith, Ike McBride, Tristan Hatley, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit, I'm Mike Daggs. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. See you later, guys.